complete ignorant of what happened in Yarnell. So I was watching the movie. I was like, something bad is going to happen. But I did not expect all 19 hotshots died. So I was still in complete shock until your character comes out of that barn and drops to her knees. And then I was just done for. And then the two of you in the truck. Like, you portrayed such raw grief that I rarely see in films. You know, you get that nice cry face type of thing. So how difficult was it to really portray that raw grief during those scenes?
Well, I'd say it was just an honor to be part of the movie, honestly, and have an opportunity to play Amanda and to tell her story. And you know, it was a tragic thing that happened. I suppose, you know, on the moment you try to, I suppose for me, as best as I could, I tried to understand the circumstances and kind of grapple with it intellectually. You know, like what happened, what logistics of it, and understand it on paper. But then in the moment doing it, I guess you just kind of, in the way that you know, empathize with that kind and connect to that. You know, something human that we all share, you know, a kind of fundamental, you know, whatever we all may have experienced in our own lives. In the way that, you know, when you read a story, you can kind of, when you see a film, you can be impacted emotionally on a visceral level, or you read a story. I suppose try to connect to that basic shared humanity and empathy.
And there's something that's kind of, for me, kind of beyond words and beyond intellectualizing what your thing is. Those are all important elements that go into it. But then it's just being in the presence of Brendan McDonough, who survived the fire, who was often on the set, or Dwayne Steinbrink, my character, who was the Wildland Division Fire Chief in Prescott. Just having those guys in the room with you, it's kind of beyond words. It's the word that comes to mind is vibe, you know? But it's this vibe and this commonality of, and we're here to represent what being a human being is like, and you know, just a critical kind of mass happens, and you do your best, you show up, and you let it flow through you, you know.
And Marsh and Amanda, they have such a great love story in the film. It's like one of my favorite relationships in the film, also between Dwayne and Marsh. But the thing that gets in between them is his love for the fire, for his boys. Have either of you ever felt so consumed by something that it threatened a personal relationship in your life to that level? I know that goes deep, but...
No, this was every time, you know, well... You know, we've been doing the interviews now. When you say about, you know, loving somebody but having to send them off to this, you know, and you know, no, they'll come back. I keep thinking of my wife, Sue. You know, I've been married 40 years. Wow. My wife has been put up with me going off doing these movies, becoming different people. You know, coming back a little, you know, odd. You know, and I think there's a call to be brave in all of our lives. You know, that was what was inspiring to me, and to not draw back, but really, you know, like these brave firefighters, really go in there and face what you're afraid of. And it's the relationship. I loved what they guys did. It was, I mean, hit me personally.